looks like we got a nice group again tonight. My name is Tina, and Ike and I are going to be co-facilitating tonight. That's Ike, which I'll let him introduce himself. And we're going to kind of wing it a little bit tonight. We don't have a printed agenda like we had last week, but we tried to get some of our items up here. We have a pretty full evening planned, so I hope everybody's willing to get down to it and get ready to go, because we're going to hopefully break out into some small groups and make some plans for what we want to do tonight. So I want to welcome you all. I know that it's time out of everybody's life to come and participate in creating a newer, better, shinier world, but that's what we're here to do. And I would like to just start off by doing a little bit of housekeeping, some announcements and things like that. And then we'll go around and introduce ourselves. I put a name tag on. I know not everybody's into doing that. But Carrie there has got name tags, and here's a big black Sharpie, which if you'd like to do that, it'll help us when we have more of an open mic so that we know who's going next. First thing that I wanted to just give a few minutes to is an acknowledgement that we're really lucky to live in Hawaii. We are a people full of aloha, and I just wanted to note that several people have died at Occupy protests over this last week. Not necessarily all connected to Occupy. There's some question about one of the things that happened in Oakland. But I just wanted to take a minute and just have a moment of silence to show our solidarity with these folks. People are out there putting themselves on the front line. It's dangerous times, and we're doing some kind of dangerous work. So I'd just like to invite you to just take a minute and have some silence to acknowledge these folks. When you get a chance, when you're online, to go to visit some of these other places, other cities, to just send our aloha from Hilo, from all of us in solidarity. And I want to invite any of you that have any announcements. This is a good time to do that. I was asked to announce there's a group. These are some folks that are actively opposing another war, going to war with Iran. And there's a petition, there's an online petition demanding an end to the phony war-hyped, fabricated accusations against Iran. StopWarOnIran.org is that website. And I'll leave this up here if anybody wants to take a look at it. And we'll post this on our Facebook page as well. But those folks are not able to be here tonight. And then tomorrow, Tuesday, November 15th, 7:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. at Mr. K's Recycle Station, which is downtown here at Kualalai and Kino'ole. It's a Recycle Day celebration, live radio broadcast from 10 a.m. to noon, music, DJ, prizes. Special offer of 7 cents per can. So you want to you have a collection of cans, you can take them back and actually make a little bit of money on them. This is being put on by Aloha Uprising and Front Yard Food. Front Yard Food are the folks that go down to Hilo Farmers Market and trade plant starts for anything but money, promoting an alternative economy, and that is also what Aloha Uprising is about. Uprising mission is Pono self-reliance, strategy, building Hawaii food and economic security through freedom and trade unity. Target audience, artists, educators, farmers, hunters, fishermen, health and healing, construction journeymen, and local business. And their operational method, multimedia live events, conscious Ohana dance concerts, hands-on workshops, trade and barter bazaars, and keiki-led mini parades through town. Freedom is not free, but this event is. And so there's contact information if you'd like to get involved with these folks. They couldn't be here tonight, but this is definitely along the lines of what a lot of people here have been interested in. This coming Saturday, the 19th, we've got Ohio Bandstand Reserve. Sherry Joy did that from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. And so tonight we have an opportunity to plan how we're going to use that time. So if you want to be thinking of that, we'll revisit that towards the end of the meeting. And you know, if you have any creative ideas, she definitely wants to have a time where we have open mic, much the same as we did before, but we have an opportunity to do some creative stuff too, so keep that in mind. And also the idea that maybe we may want to have that be our next General Assembly, it being on a Saturday when possibly more people can come, and also being in a downtown public place where we can draw in other folks. So think about that, and definitely we'll revisit that. So what people are doing when you see this, I'll just go over the hand signals. In being in solidarity with the Occupy Wall Street movement, we're following a general format of General Assembly, and this is our second one, so we're kind of muddling along, we're learning new things. But the basics are that we're working on learning how to do consensus decision-making, which is historically the most challenging way to make decisions within a group. But the benefit of going through that process is that everybody walks away satisfied. It's a method that brings in the disenfranchised and gives a voice to people that often are out at the fringes or are often not heard. And what it means is that we work on things until we can all come to agreement. And so we're going to be working on that a little bit tonight. We'll talk about that process a little bit more when we get to our proposals. But the hand signals, part of what the hand signals is about is just simply being efficient. We talked a little bit last week about how sometimes, you know, everybody's in agreement, and it's really nice to give a big hand, but it can interrupt a speaker's train of thought, and those that have hearing issues, oftentimes you don't get the whole thing. So the hand signals that we use kind of go like this. Rather than applause, we put up all of our hands and we kind of wave in the air. And this is an agreement. You can do this anytime you feel like you're happy or you agree with something. If you want to contribute to the discussion, put your finger up. And where's Bob? Bob here is going to be our stand up so people know who you are. He'll be looking around, and he's going to kind of take the order of people coming up. Yes.
The finger up is a point to make a factual point. So this is a good point to bring that up. The hand up is for the guy, the point's for the point. Just correct. Correct point.
Yeah, the finger up is a point of discussion. Yeah. Is that common understanding?
It is. Than what we usually see.
Okay. So, there's a couple here that we didn't go over last week, so let's just...
It was different than that. Don't go from that.
Does anybody have a handout from last week?
That is the handout from last week, and it didn't follow exactly what we were instructed to do. So may I suggest that we just keep it simple? And for the most part, this is working, yeah, and this is working, and then if you want to talk this, and if we...
Yeah, this is point of discussion, this is agree, this is I don't agree, right?
And start with those, and then add more when we need?
And this is
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah,
that
that's a good one.
we want to really use very judiciously. When you block a decision, you're stopping the whole group. This means that we can't go on, and if we're going to go on, you're going to walk away because you just cannot abide. So this is a very important tool to have, especially if you feel very strongly about something, but this is the signal that blocks a consensus decision. If we still need to discuss something to get it just right, we can keep on with that discussion. But if a proposal is made for a final proposal, final decision, and you just cannot abide by that, this is the tool that you have to block that. And that sends us back to the drawing board. This is I don't agree, right? So this is I agree, this is I don't agree. This is a point of discussion. You want to bring up a point relevant to the discussion. And there was one more. Yeah. So Bob will be the one looking out for that. Okay. Last week, we had kind of a brief discussion. We didn't get an opportunity to actually break out into working groups. And some folks have been able to move forward this week and have some things to report. But what we're hoping tonight is to kind of regenerate that list of groups, working groups that people are interested in working on, and then have some time so that we can each get into our groups and get to know each other, trade contact information. Because we're trying to keep this decentralized, quote-unquote, leaderless, we're counting on people to step up and take responsibility for themselves. And as these groups self-organize, we don't have a set format. So finding the ways that work best for you, trying to keep with the format of consensus decision-making. The way that the working groups work at the Occupy Wall Street General Assembly is that they meet prior to the General Assembly, do their work, and then each group comes and makes a report. If there are proposals, decisions that need to be made in the larger group, then that's the time to do that. And so the larger group empowers the smaller working groups to go out and get their jobs done. So, anything you'd like to add?